What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 88 of NoFap. The time is 11:02 a.m. It's so late. Not the latest I've made a morning vlog, but a morning update, but it is certainly very late. I have had quite possibly in 7 months. Well, hold on, since July. How long has it been? 6 months? Well, 5 months, because it's barely the start of January, so 5 months. The 5 months that I've been doing this, starting off the morning, going to the gym, this is probably the worst morning I've ever had. And I'm going to tell you why. This morning, I woke up and I was just laying in bed for a while. I was still tired from last night because I went to bed 2:30 to 3 a.m.-ish and woke up at around 9:30. I was still kind of tired. I was still exhausted from last night. My voice feels kind of tired, and I have a singing audition tomorrow, so I'm going to take it easy with the talking. But I laid in bed for far too long, and then I wanted to fix a few things with my store. So, I got up to pray. And then after that, I was like, all right, I'm going to charge my phone a little bit, and then in the meantime, I'll check on my store. So I fixed a few things with my store that I wanted to fix. I wanted to change. Not really fix, but change. I wanted to change a few things about my store. And then after that took far too long. After that, I was like, all right, let's go to the gym. It's ab and leg day. Let's go to the gym. It's already super late. I grab my keys. I accidentally grabbed my wallet. I don't really need my wallet when I'm going to the gym, but I accidentally grabbed my wallet. It was like shutting my brain off, essentially. Keys, wallet, phone, had earbuds, and then I was out the door, got into my car, started heading out, and once I started heading out, I didn't get past my gate before I realized I forgot my water. I was like, oh man, I can't go to the gym without my water. I'll die. I'll get a cramp. So I leave my keys, except for my car key, and I go up to my room I go up to my apartment to try and grab my water. And I realized when I get there, I didn't bring my apartment key. I left it in the car. And now I'm going back down to my car to grab my apartment key, go back up, go into my apartment, drop my wallet off, grab my water, go back down. It's just the worst morning because my brain became goo, essentially. I allowed myself, I'm taking full accountability as well. I allowed myself to use 1% of my brain. I became extremely forgetful all of a sudden. And it started to affect me. I started to get angry. So this isn't acceptable. I don't like living like this. I hate this. This sucks. I don't want to be this forgetful. I don't want to be, all of that. So I'm going to the gym to punish myself, essentially. So, and it's my least favorite day too. It's ab and leg day. So I'm going to absolutely destroy my abs and legs. I'm going to take out all my frustrations on the workout and punish myself for being so forgetful. That's essentially what I'm doing. But it'll give me fuel. It'll give me fuel for the workout, that's for sure. But yeah, this was a rough morning. Very rough morning. It could have easily been prevented if I just used more brain power. And I didn't. So I will take full responsibility for that. So it's not a good start to the day as well. That's also why it's starting to make me angry. It's not a good start to the day. For me, the beginning of the day sets a precedent throughout the whole day. And I am in a position where it's a red light. Why are you guys crossing? I'm in a position where I've ruined the beginning of my day, essentially. Or at least that's what it feels like. So there's only one way to combat this. There's only one way to get past all of this and make sure my day is still productive and fruitful. And it's to remember that I screwed up this morning and say, well, now I have to make up for it. So I'm making up for it in the gym, but I'm also going to make up for it in the work that I do. I'm going to go extremely hard today in both my gym and my work. I'm going to do as much work as I can. I usually slow down at later in the night, but yeah, I'm not slowing down. I can't slow down. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to be working way into the late into the night, and if I'm not tired, then I'm going to continue working. So that's what I'm going to do for myself today, because I decided to be so forgetful and decided to be so slow. So I think these days are, I hope these days are more rare, but you know, whenever these days do happen, I don't know. I have more of a, I'm noticing now that it's coming out of my mouth, I'm noticing that I have a higher standard for myself now, and I kind of like that. I like having a high standard for myself. I think to an extent it can be very healthy. It can be very to keep yourself at a level where you want to be. I think that could be very healthy. Now, if it's unrealistic, that's when it gets unhealthy. But I have a standard for myself, and in the first hour of waking up, I did not meet it. So I am going to compensate with the rest of this day. So I'm going to head out to ab and leg day, my least favorite day. I'm going to go really hard. I'm going to destroy my abs and my legs. So I will update you guys in a little bit, but for now, check out this workout. What's up, everybody? We're back. It is 9:09 p.m. Let's get into it, shall we? So, today, well, the gym was really great. I had a really good ab and leg day. I even still feel it kind of now in my legs, but really good ab and leg day. I got home and I just started working. Just started getting to work. I read my Bible, I prayed, and then I was like, let's get to work. So, did a lot of stuff for my store, did a lot of stuff for my business, and in the meantime, also, I was looking for work to do from Instacart. And I realized how much I was feeling really tired. I think it was still the effects of last night. So I was still feeling really tired, and it got to a point where it was starting to get in the way of my business, like improving my store, as well as researching products. So I took a nap, which turned out to be extremely helpful. Got up from my nap and just went back right into work. As soon as I got up, started doing more stuff for my business, started looking for work on Instacart. Instacart I did not do today. Apparently, nobody wants any groceries done on a Saturday, which is strange because you'd think a weekend is where groceries are usually ordered. But maybe it's Sunday. Most people like to do some last minute shopping on Sunday. And I don't work on Sundays because I like to Sabbath on the Sunday. So tomorrow is going to be a good rest day for me. I might make an update because I don't work a whole lot, but I do have an audition tomorrow, and I would like to update you guys on that. Plus, it's also day 89. It's the day before day 90, where I'm going to be finished with NoFap. Well, finished with NoFap vlogs, and I'm going to be transitioning into just not daily vlogs, but like vlogs. But yeah, well, where was I? What was I going to say? That was pretty much my entire day. I didn't get to work Instacart. I didn't get to earn any kind of pocket money, but I did do a lot for business, as well as because I have a little bit of experience, I was able to contribute to my growing business community, to other new people, give them some tips and all of that. I think that was very helpful. I'll probably be doing that more often, giving business tips to other people, just to, especially people starting out, just to solidify what I've learned. And I think it's very helpful to do that, for sure. But I added a new product onto my store, as well as did a little bit of research here and there. But I'm thinking about, because I tweaked my store a little bit, I'm thinking about re-airing some ads that did pretty decently. I'm thinking about re-airing them, just in the meantime while I'm doing research on a new product. I just want to see if there's any kind of difference. I just want to test it, essentially. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's a risk, but I mean, every time I test a new product, it's a risk. Every time I test a new thing, but this is going to be an old product with old ads. Sometimes I do new products or new ads with an old product, but now I'm running an old ad with an old product because I want to see I just want to test for myself if the layout of my store has anything to do with it. So that's where I'm at right now. Just a test. So other than that, yeah, I'm looking for new products to test, see how they do. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna also, participate more in my business community. I usually ask questions, but I usually don't answer other people's questions. So I'm gonna try and do that just to see if I am on the right track business-wise, or if I'm missing something. Paying attention to what other people's questions are. So I think that'll be good for me. But either way, it has been quite a productive day, business-wise, for sure. Not a productive day work-wise, because I wasn't able to pick up any work. I also have gotten a new audition for a short film that I would like to. It's kind of like a horror. It's kind of a horror. No, not a horror. A thriller short film. So it would be quite interesting to get cast in a thriller. And I also have an audition tomorrow for a stage show that would be. It would take up quite a bit of time, and the pay isn't exactly great, but it would be something in my resume, and I would like more things on my resume, especially if I get the part that I want. If I don't get the part that I want, I'm probably not going to do it, just because it's a long drive to where I have to go. So yeah, I am looking forward to that, actually. So I also need to prepare for that for tomorrow, but yeah, it's gonna be a busy weekend. I have to pick up my brother as well, so tomorrow's gonna be a really busy weekend. So my brother's also gonna be staying with me for a week, which we'll see how that goes. We're probably going to, knowing how we are, he's probably going to, we're probably going to be leaving each other alone a lot. But, when dinner time comes, he'll want to grab something to eat. So, yeah. For now, most of the time he pays for it, so I'm probably going to take advantage of the free food. And yeah, it's gonna be a very busy weekend. Well, it's already been a very busy weekend. It's gonna be a very busy week, end of the weekend, and then into the next week, it's gonna be another busy week. And I'm looking forward to it, but I'm gonna try and rest up as much as I can tomorrow, and then on Monday, have the energy to do it all over again. I'm looking forward to it. So, NoFap, easy. At this stage right now, at this stage of where I'm at with the whole NoFap thing it's easy. It's become second nature, really. And when I find myself struggling with it more, it's kind of an indicator of like, oh, it's time to fast. It's time to fast. And I think following that pattern will be very healthy for me. Because if there is something that I'm struggling with constantly, then I know fasting is the answer to it. For me, I think for other people it's different, but for me, I highly encourage it just to try it. But whenever I do have something that I'm struggling with that I know I can't, that I'm struggling with over and over and over again, fasting is the great way to do it. So because of that, I think I'm starting to become unreliant on NoFap. I no longer, I'm starting to feel like I no longer need it, which is why like that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. So NoFap today, super easy. My advice for everybody for today is what is my advice? My advice for today, it has to do with, what I did today. Taking a nap. There's constructive times to take a nap, and then there's times where it's completely unnecessary. And the only constructive time I can find to take a nap now, for a long time, I did not want to take a nap. I was just like, if I'm tired, I'm going to power through. But the only time you should be taking a nap is if it's constructive. And how you can tell if you can take a nap, if it's constructive, is when you're not focused, when you're like in this haze, and then when you come out of the haze, you're just like, nothing got done. And that's what happened to me today. I was in this haze for multiple times, and I was just like, nothing got done because I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap and see what happens. And when I took that nap, I was way more awake. I was able to concentrate a lot more on my work. So I think those are good times, to take a nap. Let's take constructive naps. I also remember when I allowed my tiredness to basically let my brain go on autopilot. And back then, when I was more addicted to pornography, my autopilot brain would just look up pornography, and it was very detrimental to NoFap. So sometimes my tiredness would just draw me towards that. So yeah, it's a very scary thing when on autopilot you start looking for pornography, because you start to realize like you have a problem. It's become your default. In your default state, you look up pornography. Like that should be a wake-up call. That should be a wake-up call for everybody. But take constructive naps if those symptoms are happening. Take constructive naps. It's really helpful, and it's been helpful for me today, certainly. That's really, like, I learned that pretty recently. So take constructive naps. They help. Let's get to your comments for the day. Reborn Quest. Congratulations on hitting 87. Thanks, man. Day 87. It's inspiring to see your commitment and the positive changes you're experiencing. Your approach to handling temptations and focusing on self-improvement is really motivating. Keep up the great work, and thanks for sharing your journey. I appreciate that, Reborn Quest. Thank you. That's very encouraging to hear. And I certainly wasn't always like this. I think it's very easy to see how I am now compared to, how I was then. But how I was then when I was more addicted to pornography, it was awful. It was awful. I certainly wasn't saying the things that I'm saying now. I certainly wasn't giving the same advice as I was giving now, but it took a lot of commitment and a lot of self-discipline to get to where I am. And I can understand why a person would struggle with this for some people a long time. I've been addicted to pornography for more than half my life. And I can only imagine how many people are currently still addicted to pornography, and they've been looking at it since they've been for me, I was 11, for some maybe even earlier, for some later, but some people, even going on the NoFap Reddit, sometimes I see people that say they've been addicted to pornography since, or they're 40 something and they're still addicted to pornography, and they even admit that's ruined their lives. So I can understand, especially going through the things that I've gone through, I can understand how difficult it is, and it does take a lot of discipline, and it does take a lot of self-commitment. It truly is a war. If you really want to go to battle with, if you really want to go to battle against pornography addiction, you need to change your life, and change hurts, and it sucks, and it's not fun. But can you afford to continue living the way you're living? Do you truly want to get rid of this addiction? Because if you do, you'll do anything. You'll change anything. You'll follow any kind of routine to truly get rid of it. And I had to do a lot of reflecting of my life and be like, okay, is this something that I truly want to erase from my life? And it took a long time for me to get to a place where I say, yes, I truly do want to get rid of this addiction. And it also meant changing my entire lifestyle. And certainly I love, it's a very difficult lifestyle, but it is a lifestyle that I very much enjoy now, because while I was changing, it sucked. While I was changing, it was painful, but it was all worth it in the end to get me to where I am now. Certainly worth it in the end. And that's the whole thing about this lifestyle. It is a very long-term oriented lifestyle. Working out, working on business, working, or doing as much, getting as much wages as you can, all of that stuff. It's building towards the long term, and I'm starting to see, through my body, I can see my body's the reward of working out. And I've been working out since June. I believe going to the gym since June, but I've been working out since February of last year. So just to see where my body is at now and how long it took for me to get here, I was just like, oh, this was all worth it. I'm glad I stuck with it, because at the time it sucked. And that's true with anything in life. If you want something rewarding, you're going to have to go through a lot of change, which means you're going to have to go through a lot of pain. And so if you truly want to get rid of your porn addiction, you have to embrace that. Figure out what you need to do, and then embrace the pain of doing it. So it's been an amazing journey so far, but I'm sure I'll go over all of that on day 90. Next comment. Andrew, I am single. I have been divorced, but I hope to find someone this year. I'm 36 years old, so I would like to settle down and have a family. That's truly a good age to settle down and have a family. I'm 28. I have a few years of like, I think, you know, I do want to be able to raise a family as fast as possible, but I also think that, well, I would also like to make something of myself first, because as of right now, I know for a fact that the amount of work that I need to do to succeed, I probably don't have time for a relationship. So if a relationship comes my way, I'm going to, you know, do my best to maintain that relationship, because it's going to take work. But as of right now, I'm certainly not looking. I know that I know that I have a lot of time that I need to use for my business, for work, for my career, for my body. So I know that I'm not looking for it as much as I want it. As much as I would like to have a girlfriend and then marry her and then have children right now, I certainly want to, but I know that I wouldn't be quite ready for it yet. So I'm not truly looking, you know, I'm not pursuing it. If it comes my way, it comes my way, but I'm not pursuing it. But at 36, I would say, like, that's a great time. That's a great time to start looking. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for your divorce, but single life, I mean, I don't know how long ago it was. I hope it's not that fresh. But single life, there's a blessing too, because you have a lot more time on your hands. You have a lot more time on your hands. So, but yeah, at 36, I would also, I don't know, I would say my mid-30s, that's when I would start looking, like actively looking to start a family, because right now I'm not actively looking, but 36, great time to start actively looking for somebody to start a family with. And that I definitely have only a little bit of insight for finding the right girl, but you know, you definitely want to choose somebody that ticks off boxes, that certainly has, you know, that fits your standards. And I think that's something that the world is, you know, I can go on and on and on about this, but I'm just going to say this one point. If you live in America, but I think mostly it's kind of a worldly thing, but if you live in America, especially if you look at the media nowadays, you're kind of vilified for having standards as a man. As a man, having standards is looked down upon in American culture right now. And it can be a scary thing, because women, especially women linked into the media, which it's very hard to find a girl that's not linked to the media. And what I mean by media is social media and popular culture and stuff like that. Those women that are linked to social media and popular culture are gonna be the ones that are difficult to marry, because a lot of values that are being taught in the popular culture are not good for marriage, especially with laws. American laws of marriage don't really favor men. You know, it's very difficult to get legally married. Spiritually married, go for it. I highly encourage everybody to get spiritually married, but legally married, it's not looking good for men. There's a lot of disadvantages for men to get legally married, and it can be rough. So finding the right woman is going to be key, very key to having a good marriage. So I wish you luck on that. I really do, Andrew, because even as I look around, especially living in California, as I look around my vicinity, I can see there are a lot of women out there with the standards that I have. There's a lot of girls out there that I would not touch with a 10-foot pole. No matter how good they look, I would not touch with a 10-foot pole. I would go on dates with them. I wouldn't mind getting to know them, but yeah, it's kind of a mess. Dating's kind of a mess. So, at least for my standards, but I wish you luck on that, man. Truly, I do. Having a family is a beautiful thing. I wouldn't know, but I can see that having a family is a beautiful thing. One that's functional. So, best of luck to you on that. But thank you both for your comments. It's always good to interact with you guys. It's always a lot of fun, but I am going to get some sleep. And tomorrow I have a little bit of I'm going to try and relax, but I do have a few responsibilities to handle tomorrow. So, day 88, 89 is tomorrow, and then 90, and then my NoFap journey is done. So, I hope that everybody out there doing NoFap, I hope you get to this place. I hope you get to the point where I'm at right now. And it was certainly a long journey. I mean, this is my 11th attempt. So it was certainly a long journey, but if you are willing, like I've said, if you are willing to make that commitment to do NoFap, be prepared for the pain that comes with it. Because this is a lifestyle change. You're not just all the superficial changes you make won't do anything to your pornography addiction. You have to make lifestyle changes. I used to play a lot of video games. Now, I don't remember the last time I played a video game. I used to not work out. Now I work out every day except for Sundays. I used to be lazy and just browse YouTube videos all day, and now I'm actively working on a business. And my schedule is filled up, so I'm constantly working. I have time to work all the time. I don't leave any kind of room for pornography. I don't have time for it. It's a big waste of time. I remember while I was on pornography, when I was super addicted to pornography, it was a huge time waster. And now I simply don't have time to watch pornography. I have things to do. So it was a complete lifestyle change that helped me with NoFap. So NoFap isn't just techniques. You don't just instill techniques and suddenly it works. You have to change your lifestyle completely. So that's my encouragement for all you people out there. But I hope you get to where I am at now. And just be prepared for the pain. But yeah, I hope all of you out there on your NoFap journeys are doing well. Stay strong, stay focused. I'm with you guys, and I know you guys are with me. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.